Picture this. You finally buy your dream home. You're holding the keys like you just won the game. Then, 1 month later, the house turns around and says, "Congrats. Now pay me forever." Because the biggest lie in real estate isn't the price of the house. It's the idea that the mortgage is the cost. The mortgage is just the admission ticket. The real cost is the hidden machine behind the walls. Repairs, replacements, taxes, insurance, fees, and surprise tributes that show up when you least expect it. So in this video, I'm going to expose the real math of homeownership in plain English, kid-level simple. We'll build a house monster budget, we'll stack the hidden bills, and we'll see why so many people feel broke even after they did everything right. And if there's any male name in this story, we're replacing it with Mike. It's Saturday morning. You're in line at a hardware store. The person in front of you drops $847 like it's nothing. You peek at the cart. Pipe fittings, drywall tape, heavy-duty mold spray. His hands are covered in paint. He looks tired in his bones. And your brain whispers, "That's me in 6 months." Because homeowners don't shop here for fun. They shop here because the house is always hungry. A house is not a thing you own. A house is a pet that eats money, except you can put it in a cage. When people talk about buying a home, they focus on one number: the monthly mortgage payment. But that's like buying a video game console and saying, "Cool, I'm done," while ignoring the cost of games, controllers, internet, subscriptions, repairs, and upgrades. The mortgage is just the front door. The real cost lives behind the door. And the worst part? Most of those costs don't arrive gently. They arrive like a surprise punch. Let's build a simple monster with 5 heads. Every month, each head wants money. Head 1. Mortgage, the payment everyone talks about. Head 2. Tax is the bill that rises when your home's paper value rises. Head 3. Insurance, the bill that can jump after storms, fires, or just because rates changed. Head 4. Maintenance, the slow leak of constant fixing. Head 5. Surprise attacks, the big repairs that show up when you're least ready. If you only budget for head 1, you're not budgeting. You're hoping. Here's how it usually happens to Mike. Mike buys a house. He feels proud. He tells himself, "I'm building wealth." Then the house starts sending invitations to expensive events. The AC dies during a heat wave. The roof leaks during the first big storm. The water heater starts screaming like a monster. A pipe drips slowly for months until it becomes a flood. It's not bad luck. It's scheduled failure. Why 1% maintenance rule is a fairy tale. People love simple rules because rules feel safe. They'll say, save 1% of your home value every year for maintenance. But that rule was invented in a different world, when labor was cheaper and materials were cheaper. Today, the real number is often closer to 23% and sometimes more for older homes. So if Mike buys a $350,000 home and saves $3,500 a year, he might still be short by thousands. That gap is where debt grows. The surprise attack problem: maintenance is what you plan for. Surprise attacks are what you can plan for perfectly. And surprise attacks don't care about your timing. They love the worst timing. Right after you spend money moving in. Right after the holidays. Right after you feel safe. That's why homeowners can feel financially anxious even if they earn decent money. The tax escalator that never stops. Here's a scary thought. Your mortgage payment might stay stable, but your taxes won't. Property tax rises when your home's assessed value rises. You didn't sell the house. You didn't take profit. But the bill still goes up, year after year. So Mike can be richer on paper and poorer in his bank account. Insurance. The bill that can jump overnight. Insurance is supposed to make you feel safe. But in many places, it's becoming a monthly anxiety subscription. Rates can rise after storms, wildfires, floods, or just because the market changed. And if you have an HOA, your building's master insurance can explode and your HOA fee explodes with it. HOA fees. Paying rent to a club you didn't want. Some people think HOA is just a small fee. But HOA is basically a second mini-government that can raise your costs. And the scariest phrase in HOA language is special assessment. That's when the HOA says, "We need repairs. Everyone pay $10,000. And you don't get to say, "Not this month." The stacking bills reality check. Let's do kid math. Mike buys a place. His mortgage is $2,200. Then add taxes, maybe $400. Then insurance, maybe $150, $300. Then HOA, maybe $200, $500 or more. Then maintenance savings, maybe $300, $800. Suddenly, the $2,200 home is a $300 for $200 home. And most of those extra numbers rise faster than Mike's salary. The hidden psychological tax. The worst cost isn't always money. It's stress. Because renters can call a landlord. Homeowners become the landlord. And the contractor manager. And the emergency planner. Every strange sound becomes a threat. Every rainstorm becomes an inspection. That anxiety is real and it's part of the hidden bill. Is owning always bad? No. But the math must be honest. Owning isn't evil. But the story people sell is incomplete. Owning can work if the full cost fits your life and your budget with room for surprises. The mistake is buying at the edge of affordability. Because houses don't respect tight budgets. The rent and invest the difference. Thought experiment. Here's a simple comparison. If renting a similar place costs $2,000 but owning truly costs $3,400, that's a $1,400 difference. If Mike invests that difference every month instead of feeding it to repairs and fees, he could build a big pile of liquid money over time. The point isn't rent is always better. The point is, the winner is the person who runs real numbers, not fairy tale numbers. The 3 questions you must ask before buying. Question 1. What is my real monthly cost after taxes, insurance, HOA, and maintenance savings? Question 2. If I get hit with a $7,000 surprise this year, do I survive without debt? Question 3. Am I buying a home or buying an identity? Because many people don't buy the building. They buy the story. The real truth: a home can build wealth, but it can also quietly drain wealth. It depends on the full cost, your timeline, your location, and whether you have buffer money. And the house will never tell you the truth. The house just breaks on schedule. If this video made you rethink home ownership, hit like, subscribe, and comment one word: math. And if you want, tell me your biggest fear about buying a home: repairs, taxes, HOA, or insurance, and I'll make the next video around what you're dealing with.